And was there ever a piece of feedback or a rumor or something you saw that did affect you, where you actually thought, well, or at least made you stop and go, God, I'm trying to see the positives, but this one's tough. Like this actually made me have to pause and figure it out.
Something that did really upset me, I was in New York, I was shooting the crowded room,
Daddy,
and I was having a really hard time
here?
with the job just because of how taxing it was, the emotional capacity that I was having to get to every day. And I decided to delete my Instagram because I just felt like I was so addicted to this kind of false version of my life that it was just taking over. I would be on set working, I'd come and sit in my chair and just scroll. And it was becoming a problem. I was just obsessed with it, and I was obsessed to find out what people were saying and what they thought about me. So I decided to make an announcement, which unfortunately we have to do, and say that I'm taking a break from social media. And I tried to position myself and say, like, I'm taking a break from social media because I feel like my mental health will benefit from it. And the thing that really upset me is the press ran with that, and they tried to make out that I was having this mental breakdown. And what upset me was, if I was having a mental breakdown, that's not for you to report on. They took the story in the wrong direction, and they painted again this negative light on mental health, rather than saying, oh, he's doing it. It's okay that he's doing it, so we should all feel okay to do it too. They were saying, oh, look, he's not the perfect happy-go-lucky kid you think he is. He's having a nervous breakdown in New York. And I think that was a really unfair line of journalism, let's say, because I just think it again kind of painted people looking for help in the wrong light, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. It almost sounds like you were actually preemptively going, I'm doing this so that I don't go in that direction.
Totally.
So, at least I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but it's
absolutely.
It's almost like I'm proactively seeing that I could end up in a position where I might have a breakdown. I don't want to be in that position. And so I'm responsibly saying, guys, I'm taking a break in order to protect myself.
100%.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense and actually is quite admirable again.
Totally. Yeah. And that's kind of what the message of the show is about. Like the message of our show is that asking for help should be something that we celebrate.
Yeah.
If you're struggling, if you need help, if you feel bad and you wake up and you go to a friend, a therapist, a teacher, an employee or a colleague and say, I'm really struggling, I need some help, that should be something that we give you a pat on the back. I would love to help you. I'm delighted that you asked me. And that, for me, that announcement was kind of my olive branch, and the press ran with it how they ran with it. But to be fair, it kind of gave me a great drive to finish The Crowded Room in the way that we did. To, like, if you're not going to listen to my personal message, then you have to listen to the message of my show.
Yeah.
So it kind of went hand in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. You've reminded me actually when you said that, because I think we naturally today think of therapists or doctors, but you mentioned teacher there. And I was thinking, when I was going through a really rough time at school once, I remember my walk to school from the bus stop, I'd see a teacher every day that I was really close with at school, but you never talk to your teachers.
Nah.
Walk into school,
Not a crazy person.
Yeah. But I was so lonely at the time that I remember like almost thinking like, well, he's the only person I can talk to because of other stuff that I was going through at school. And I remember I started talking to him on the way to school. His name's Mr. Buckeridge. He knows I go on about him everywhere and he avoids it because everyone's always like, oh, Jay's been talking about you. Yeah, Jay's been talking about you. But it was that exact feeling where it was like he was someone that I felt I could open up to at that point in my life without feeling judged, without feeling like he was going to see me through another lens. And just having that space to be seen for as a human who is going through stuff by a teacher was a huge, huge win. And so, you are right that help can come in all different forms, and it doesn't have to come in the ways that we expect it to come in.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a professional.
Yeah.
I go to my friends a lot, and some friends are better than others in certain situations. I've got some friends that are very much like pull your socks up and get on with it, and then other friends who are like come here and have a cry on my shoulder. But like it varies. So I just really hope that that's what the show can do is sort of paint this positive picture of asking for help is something to be proud of.
Well, that's a great message, and I think we all need to hear it.